We are about to welcome the 5th High School in Krakow with the play The Way of All Fish by Elaine May. The Way of All Fish is set in the New York office of high-flying businesswoman Miss Asquith. Her secretary, Miss Riverton, is hardworking and devoted, yet behind those favorable traits and friendly demeanor lies a rather complex mind, full of dark ideas. The whole situation goes slightly sinister when the secretary reveals her fantasy of killing someone. We invite you to the brilliant cat-and-mouse game between two women struggling to show their strength. Let's see.
Miss Riverton?
Yes?
Do you remember my distinctly telling you that I wanted nothing thrown out?
Yes.
Well, you thrown out my exercise elastic.
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, here it is, in the wastebasket, and I didn't put it there.
Oh, is that your... Oh, forgive me. I thought it was a piece of old rubber.
It doesn't matter what you thought it was. The point is, you threw it out.
Well, yes, because I thought it was rubbish.
Miss Riverton, I didn't ask you to use your best judgment. I didn't say, throw out what you think is rubbish and keep the rest. I said, don't throw anything out. You're my secretary, not my housekeeper.
Assistant. Yes, of course.
You're not my assistant, Miss Riverton. You're my secretary.
But I do assist you.
Yes, you do, and so does the secretary.
But isn't an assistant closer to what I do?
No, it isn't. It just uses the verb assist as a noun. You don't assist me untying my clothes, or cutting my hair, or doing my nails. You'll assist me in the way secretary does. A word that you may be interested to know. Original meant desk.
Yes, I see.
Thank you. That will be all. Where am I going?
When?
Now.
Nowhere.
Nowhere? That's impossible. It's Friday night.
Yes, I know.
Well, how did this happen?
Well, you had an engagement with Nelson Miles, and then the Stradners invited you for a sail around East Hampton, so you cancelled Mr. Miles. And then the Stradners cancelled because of the weather, and it was too late to get Mr. Miles back.
What a lousy week.
Yeah, it has been complicated.
Awful. The worst.
But tomorrow night is Lincoln Center. You've been looking forward to that.
Tomorrow night is 24 hours away. What are you doing tonight, Miss Riverton?
Me? Nothing.
Well, would you care to come home with me and, I don't know, have dinner?
Thank you, but the cook and the maid are off tonight.
What?
You told me they would have been needed because of the Stradners dinner party. I didn't get the message from Stradners until this morning, and by then the cook and the maid were gone.
Oh shit. It's just the freaking end of the world.
I'm sorry.
Don't be silly. How could you know the Stradners would cancel? Now the important thing is, what are we going to eat? It's too late to get into a really decent restaurant, even for me. Can we order in?
Yes, what would you like?
I don't know, pasta, fish?
Perhaps Japanese? You like Japanese?
Yes, all the Japanese, all the stuff I like, but nothing more.
Yes, I'd like to place an order, 322 Madison Avenue.
Ask if they have soft-shell crab and order shumei.
Ask it under prices. Do you have soft-shell crab?
Roll, hand roll, order extra rice and plenty of sake.
So, 2 soft-shell crab, roll, hand roll, 3 shumei, extra rice, and sake. Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Now let's see. Where is the wine? Here it is. And 2 glasses. Just put it on the floor, please. Now, I've got a wonderful wine today. Please try some of this. Perhaps you should call me Margaret for tonight. Well, perhaps not. Well, what shall we drink to?
So you're having a wonderful time at Lincoln Center tomorrow night?
Lovely.
Oh, this is so good!
Isn't it? I'm glad you appreciate it. So many people have no understanding of wine.
I know. A long time ago, I made a pact with myself never to drink wine unless it is very, very good. This is excellent.
Really? That's fascinating. How did you develop such an interest in wine?
My father was French.
Oh, enough said.
May I suggest?
Yes, oh please. Please finish your sentence. It just drives me up the wall when you do that.
Well,
This is a social evening. All the rules are changed. You just say whatever comes into your mind.
all I was going to say is, I wonder if your trainer is quiet enough for a big work with you?
You think I'm fat?
No. I'm just talking health-wise. I'm really interested in the body, that's all.
Well, you're in wonderful shape.
Thank you. Very strong for a woman.
You look very strong.
Too strong?
Don't be silly. You can't look too strong. The appearance of strength is the appearance of power. Do you know that there are male fish that actually change sex when a bigger fish comes along? Because only the biggest fish can be male, and all the rest of the fish are his harem.
You're joking.
Absolutely not. And this fish have it down to such a science, they don't even have to fight. They just measure the fish that seems most likely to inflict injury wins. And my point is, it's not whether you're a man or a woman that determines whose word it is, but it's how strong you are that determines whether you're a man or a woman. Metaphorically, of course.
Of course, I see. Well, I'm very strong.
Yes, I've seen you carry those 5 boxes. You know, Miss Riverton, Jane, you're the best secretary I've ever had. I don't think I could get along without you, Jane.
Joan. Well, thank you. I just tried to do my job.
John, I'm sorry, what a fool I am.
No.
Oh, this is so embarrassing.
Not at all.
To have you had as my secretary for so long and not know your first name.
Well, you don't call me by my first name. And you were very close, Jane, Joan.
Well, I'm very insensitive, and everyone has to forgive me until they don't.
But I think you're wonderful.
Well, thank you, John, but, you know, it's a shortcoming. Being blind to others. Our relationship belongs to whoever wants to be first.
Shall I get the other bottle of
Oh,
wine?
yes, thank you. No, John, I'm having a wonderful time. I'm glad the Stradless Council.
This is very nice.
So you're from France?
No, I'm from Michigan. My father was from France. Oh, Mrs. Squid, underneath everything, I think you're a very vulnerable woman.
Well, I'm not. I can tell you how much I hate that word. Hitler was vulnerable. He sobbed on Mother's Day. What does that tell you?
I didn't know that about Hitler. Well, it changes things. I always thought he was just this awful man.
Very good. I must remember that. So tell me more about Michigan.
I had a pretty boring life. But when I was younger, I so wanted to be someone special. You know, someone special, who everyone knows is special. I guess what I'm saying is I wanted to be famous. Because being famous is like being immortal, isn't it?
Well, only you were very famous for a very long time.
But you can be. Anyone can be. And I know how. You can kill someone famous. But meeting someone famous isn't so easy. When I was young, that's all I thought about. Who can I kill who's famous, and how can I meet him? But I was just a kid. I thought of killing the president, but everyone who tries to kill the president is such a slime. I don't know, but it just seems like such a failure of imagination to go right to the president, kill someone famous, kill the president. Of course, Jack the Ripper is still famous, and he just killed a lot of totally unknown prostitutes. But that may be because no one knows who he really is.
Well, you've given this a lot of thought.
I have. I mean, if there was another way, but I can't write a novel, I can't become a movie star, and I can't invent a vaccine, because I have no talent. The important thing to me is not to just pass through, to leave a mark, to change this world, to have people's consciousness enlarged to include me. And it wasn't for material gain. I didn't want to get rich. If I got caught, I would probably electrocute it. So, in a way, I would have been sacrificing my life for mortality, just like an artist or scientist does. I would have been driven to kill, not for the reward, but because there was nothing else I could do to fulfill myself. It's the same reason an artist creates. Well, my curse has always been that I'm a special person, no special ability.
That is a problem, but lasting fame is well, let's talk about fame. There is so much more to life than fame. There is self-esteem, how well you've done with what you had. Love is important. And you know John, may I call you John?
Of course, that's good.
You know John, sometimes there's a terrible murder, and it's fun for a while, and then people forget, and meanwhile, the poor murderer is imprisoned or executed with no real reward for his crime, and what was so important to him or her has been forgotten by everyone else. By the way, how far is this restaurant you ordered from? Tokyo? Just joking, but it has been a long time since you ordered.
I've made you nervous, haven't I?
What? No, not at all.
Yes, I have. I've ruined everything. We were having such a nice time, one of the nicest times I've ever had, and I ruined it.
Nonsense. You've ruined nothing. Talking about fame is always just a little edgy, but it's been such a long day. And I'm sure we both... Oh, that's interesting. I can move my legs. I have no feeling from the waist down. Something very strange is happening to me.
Yes, I expect.
It's as though somebody has put something into my food or drink.
Miss Aspid, you've had half a bottle of wine on an empty stomach, and I've had the other half. We're going to feel strange.
Oh, yes, I forgot about the wine. How quickly the brain cells die. Now let's see. The music. Well, I haven't eaten, and it's late. So you may want to go, because it's late, but you certainly shouldn't go, because you think you've upset me.
No, this was just a hypothetical discussion. It's not like I would really kill someone. I have no reason to do anything bad. Anyone.
That's right, you never will.
I'm just a little secretary who makes 30,000 a year. That's all I'll ever be, because that's all I'm worth.
What are you talking about? You're worth everything.
Really? Oh, Miss Aspid, do you think maybe someday I can become an assistant?
Yes. Well, how about today?
Do you mean it?
Absolutely.
But, you know, I wish I could be sure you're not doing this because in some way I made you nervous. I would feel so awful if you were just being nice to me as a kind of out of fear.
Don't be ridiculous. Do I seem to you to be the kind of person who would be intimidated into giving an employee a raise? Why would you make me nervous? Because when younger, you'll not kill someone famous? Hey, who hasn't wanted to pick up a gun and shoot a few famous people?
Actually, I was only going to shoot a man. If it was a woman, I was going to stab her or strangle her, make her victim light her weapon.
So many rules. That's so fair. Okay. Hello. Hi, Charles. How are you? Martha's Vineyard. Oh, what fun. Miss Riverton and I just finishing the wine you were letting drink this afternoon. We have a dinner together in the office. Just the two of us.
That'll be the food.
And the delivery man is here, and Miss Riverton's just going out to get our food now. She's walking out of the room. She's... Charles, Miss Riverton's psychotic. She just told me she wants to kill someone famous. She's just terrified. No, I can fire her. I have to spend the rest of my life with a a bodyguard. I want you to give her a raise. Give her a raise. She's playing some kind of Machiavellian game with me, some kind of brilliant cat-and-mouse game. But I don't think I'm safe if I just do whatever she says.
We have everything we could ever
I have
want.
to hang up now, Charles. Miss Riverton is back and I don't want to keep her waiting.
You're looking at me so hurt.
Well, you're in my life of vision. And now, and you're in my life of vision, I begin to see how very clever you are.
Careful, or I ask you for that raise now.
How very, very clever, Miss Riverton. You're fascinating. This is fascinating.
Is it?
Oh yes, because there is nothing I can do, is there?
I think I'm not following you too well.
I mean, when someone wants something more than life, they win. There's nothing you can threaten them with.
Like Arabs who blow themselves up so they can go straight to the paradise.
Yes, see, you're following me after all. We all have our own version of paradise. Yours is fame, and mine is to live. I do anything to live, so I lose.
Maybe you should eat something before you drink the sake.
I wonder if this is what Dostoevsky meant when he wrote about the voluptuous of surrender. Have you ever read Dostoevsky's journals, Miss Riverton?
Who's Dostoevsky? Stalin?
What?
Is Dostoevsky Stalin?
No, he's Dostoevsky.
Oh, I just thought you were talking about Hitler before, so I thought maybe Stalin was a nickname for Dostoevsky.
Miss Riverton, I don't know if I can submit to you if you go on with this.
What do you mean?
I mean, I can play cat and mouse, the bimbo.
Please, don't call me a bimbo, Miss Asquith. That really upsets me.
Well, what else I can call you when you suddenly sound like every chauffeur I've ever been to bed with? It just makes me wonder if you're as crazy as you pretend to be, or as strong.
I'm not a bimbo, and I'm very strong.
As strong as I am.
As strong as you are? Oh, I think so.
But you also think that Dostoevsky's Stalin, so your opinions aren't as informed as they might be.
Can you do this?
Yes.
Let's see!
Take my word for it.
Oh, you can't, can you? I bet you don't have strength to do even one. It's time for us to measure. I'm afraid I have to insist.
Well, that's important to you.
See, you can do this, but don't give up trying. Keep using the wheel of yours. You see, this is a trash. I put it where it belongs, the trash basket. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't make you strong. It's just a toy that gives you illusion of strength. Personal trainer, silly invention for silly rich women. You know what makes you strong? Carrying file boxes, climbing 3 flights of stairs to walk up so you can afford to live in Manhattan, lugging groceries, walking miles to save money on subways, doing your own housework, wheeling your mother around when you visit her, because you can't afford the nurse. Hard, terrible labor. That's what makes you strong. And it's insane to think that God would create a world so lopsided that a multimillionaire who hires a trainer to get her little hour of physical labor would be as strong as someone who actually...
That's right. It's not wood, but it is that personal trainer. It would be very hard to get that knife in me, Miss Riverton. I didn't take a lot of damage. If you were looking for a victim, I mean. You see, Jane, I'm afraid God did create a lopsided world. Well, now, don't cry. It's not so bad. No, cry. There's no way to end a contest. Everything's just the same as it was this morning, and you weren't crying then. Now let's have a picnic, shall we? And get my exercise elastic out of the trash.
You're not going to fire me?
Never. You're going to be the reason I stay in shape.